the only way I'm allowed to look over your shoulder.
That is a true statement.
Is that my hairdryer?
No, but you'd like to have this. It's pretty powerful.
You should see him put together something from IKEA.
What the heck am I doing outside with suitcases on the back of the truck?
Are we going somewhere?
Yeah, we're always going somewhere, always. No, so what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to build a water transfer pump, and got this idea several years ago. A good friend of ours, he found this online, but it was ridiculously priced. It was complete pump, but it was like $450. Now that same pump is like $600. So that was ridiculous for a water transfer pump. I had a small one before for my bladder, but it gave out. So it didn't have the capacity and not the power to pump into Orion. So what I did is I built, with the help of my friend, we basically copied, or Adventure RV, I think, and made a few little tweaks and such. And this is the original pump. So for power, I've got alligator clips here that I connect, which is appropriate since we're in Florida. I take this, connect it to an Anderson connection outside, and then this gets connected directly to that 12-volt power source. Inflow comes in on this side, and I put a cover on it, and the outflow is on this side. Once again, another cover. Connect the inlet for the water, and the outlet goes into the trailer, and connect this, and off it goes. So this is the first iteration. Works great. I love it. We can close it while it's pumping and it's nice and quiet. But we're going to Alaska. We got Curiosity, our Class C. So I want to make another one, and I want to make some improvements. That's the first one. Let me show you what the new one's going to be like. So the new one is going to be a little less expensive. You'll notice that's a Pelican vault. The cost of that was almost what the cost of all these products were. So this is it's a little different, going to be a little less expensive. It's just basically a waterproof gun case. And what I've done is I've already cut some of these materials, because that's just really boring to watch me do that. But I used cutters like this. This is for wire, but it works on this reinforced braided clear hose. And you can get this at Lowe's or anything like that. Now all this stuff's on our Amazon store, really simply just as a bill of materials. If you guys want to check it out and take a look at it and do your own thing, it's all right there. I've got these components for the inlets and the outlets, and then all the materials here. Banana clips, these are a little bit bigger. Like I said, I'm making a few improvements, and I'm going to do something really cool. I'm going to try to wire up a switch. So I can connect it, and then I can just flip the switch, and then it'll start. Hopefully.
That would be a good thing.
I've made marks where I need to screw, but before I connect it, I'm going to need to secure the pump into the case.
But everyone, look how nice and neat he has all his tools.
All right, so I've marked where the holes are for the feet. All right, so here's the pump.
You fondling your nuts.
No, I'm fondling my washers. Like I said, these are 1 inch. These are number 8 bolts. volts. Now it's secure, and it's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to do the electrical first because I want to run all those wires up underneath the tubing, and you got to start somewhere. So I'm going to start with that item with which I am the most unsure of, and that is the electrical side. Waterproof switch, so that's nice.
It's not working
It doesn't
yet.
work because I haven't hooked it up yet. This is the Anderson connection. And these banana clips, which are a little bigger than the other ones, will actually connect into this thus. And it's a waterproof type connection. So, and this will go to the 12 volt supply, and then this will connect to give me power inside the pump, which hopefully won't turn on until I actually turn on the switch. All right, so that's perfect. That's a nice snug fit in there. And I'll clean up all this stuff afterwards. And then I want to secure that so it doesn't start popping around on me. And it looks good on the outside. Now I've got to make the actual electrical connection. So black and black goes with black.
Is that my hairdryer?
No, but you'd like to have this. It's pretty powerful.
So this is a heat shrink connector. And it's got solder in the middle, and it automatically, that solder band in the center will melt and solder the wires together. And then the heat shrink tubing will help to seal the connection. Ooh, I felt that.
Yeah, it's hot.
Just take that to Alaska with us.
So the electrical is all wired, and I will tie that down and button it up later. But that's just kind of boring, so I'm not going to do it right now. And how I did that is I've got this on-off switch. It's not a three-way, it's just an on and an off. But that's our power cable. So black and a red, black and a red. So you want to connect all the blacks basically together. Black from the switch, black from the pump, and the black from the power. The on part, which is on the switch, is the little single line. That's the power, that's the on. So what you do is you take that and you connect that to the power, the red power. So the red of the switch gets connected to the red of the power. Off part of the switch, that's the bottom red wire, that gets connected to the pump. So the pump's connected, the pump is secure in the case. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to connect the hoses. There we go. I've made a mess.
You did.
So that's why I like this, because it's got a built-in connection here to the wall. And then this for the barb. Now some people might say, you know, why not use a PEX or something that might look cleaner and it might be more sturdy. But one of the problems with PEX is that it's not near as flexible when you get into these small tight spaces. Plus, on a water pump, they do tell you that it's better on the connection into the pump to use a little more flexible tube, because any vibration and it reduces cavitation and things of that nature. So, plus, because of the roundness of this case, you can't get this too close to the edge, otherwise it won't be a good fit. And you can see where this outlet is further out than what this is. All right, hose clamps. They're simple, easy to replace. They do a good job. Always want to make sure you put the hose clamps on first before you put the hose on.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah, really. I'll do the same thing on the other side, and voila, we will have a finished product.
Voila.
That's it. This is the Anderson plug, which matches with the banana clips here, and this will supply power. Now, if I've wired it correctly, it's in the off position and it's got power. This thing will not turn on when I plug it in. All right. So far, so good.
Yeah, we definitely want to test it before we start heading up north. These clear tubes so you can actually see the bubbles. Woo! Yay!
Woo! It works.
Yay!
Yay!
It's going to be a big help.
It's going to be really nice.
This is definitely a boondocking must.
And that's pumping right now.
Okay.
Nice and quiet.
It's wow, it's a lot quieter than your Rev 1.
Yeah.
Well, it's sucking the water out.
Yes, it is. I got to stop it.
And you can because you put the switch in this one.
Yep.
Nice.
Woo! Nice.
Good job.